Thanks, Melissa. So now we're going to talk a little bit about how Nigeria gained its independence. Nigeria gained its independence on October 1st, 1960, after much struggle under British rule. This newly created country contained a large number of diverse ethnic groups which each had evolved into different complex systems of government. The British had tried to bond these diverse groups that were at different stages of development into one nation. As British administrators became more aware of Nigeria's historical diversity, they came to understandings about some traditions while disrespecting others. The amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914 was a huge turning point in Nigerian history. It formed Nigeria's present size and shape. It also gave Nigeria its present complexity, which included their diversity. This diversity necessitated the adoption of a federal structure for the country. The British colonial administration showed interest in the indirect rule system because of the cost of direct administration in terms of its personnel and financial requirements. The traditional institution in northern Nigeria helped them institute the idea of indirect rule. Much like the United States in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, there was a resurgence of racism in the British colonial empire. Educated Africans were excluded from the civil service, and African entrepreneurs were discriminated against. Strict colonial authority was put in place to administrate indirect rule, which used invented traditional authorities to govern African communities. Chiefs became the agents of colonial rule, and their previous system of checks and balances was practically eliminated. Although the North and South were formally joined together in 1914, imbalances in education and religion were more apparent. In the North, the British limited Christian missions, restricted education, and reinforced the feudal society. In 1939, the eastern and western Nigeria were separated, leading to the structure of three separate regions. Within each region, one ethnic group predominated: the Hausa Fulani in the north, the Yoruba in the southwest, and the Igbo in the southeast. This system fostered rivalries not only between the regions but also between the dominant group and minorities within each region. Resistance to colonial rule existed in many forms leading up to Nigeria's independence in 1960. Nnamdi Azikiwe was one of the continent's leading nationalists. Women's resistance to taxation led to a revolt in eastern Nigeria in 1929 and to massive protests in Abeokuta in the west in the late 1940s. The Islamic populist movement led by Aminu Kano in the north opposed not only British rule but also the feudal aristocracy. The British confirmed this northern Nigerian or Sokoto Caliphate model through a number of proclamations. Some notable ones included the Native Authorities Ordinance of 1901, Native Court Ordinance of 1902, and the Native Revenue Proclamation of 1904. These ordinances were revised and later extended to southern Nigeria in 1914, 1916, and 1917 respectively. This extension to the south connected the system of local government throughout the country, while at the same time allowing for some natural errors. This gradual way in which Nigeria gained independence allowed for diversity to flow throughout the country as well as institute a system of government for them. Thank you. Back to you, Melissa.